And teenagers, they decide to take it, and we get a lot of overdoses. And here in the Valley, the numbers are starting to rise.
Unused prescription drugs sitting in your cabinet could put your family at risk. Good evening, everyone, and thanks for staying up late with us. I'm Dina Herrera Garza. Topping our coverage tonight, more teens are falling victim to drug overdoses. We also went through the nationwide data on overdoses. We'll tell you about the trend the feds are tracking, plus the best way to get rid of old pills. But tonight, we start with Channel 5's Monica de Anda with what's being done locally to prevent losing another life to an overdose.
On an average call, we probably go about 2 per day when there's some sort of person, either teenager or an adult, that actually overdoses on prescription medication.
Martin Sandoval with Brownsville PD says officers are responding to more of these types of calls involving teens. Showing up to these incidents with such young people is something officers like Sandoval always remember. A few years ago, he responded to a call with a 12-year-old victim.
And, she got into grandmother's Valium, and she took an extreme amount, possibly the whole bottle.
The teen was rushed to the hospital and survived. Martin says there's a misconception that prescription drugs are not as dangerous as illegal drugs.
In reality, they are even more dangerous because a prescription drug is tailored to a specific person.
That's why it's crucial to dispose of prescription medication wisely, which was the purpose of today's Crush the Crisis Opioid Take Back Day. Residents were able to safely dispose of any unwanted pills.
We don't know who is going to get a hold of them. It could be an infant, it could be a teenager, misuse them, and next thing you know, we could have prevented a loss of life.
Police also want to remind you that you can call your local PD anytime to safely dispose of opioids. If you suspect someone has overdosed, call 911 immediately. Monica de Anda, Channel 5 News, this weekend.
Holding their own drug take-back event today. Several other Valley cities also took part in the national event led by the DEA every April and October. Earlier this year, nearly 840,000 pounds of drugs were collected. That's about the weight of 35 school buses. Texans turning in the most out of the entire nation with 65,000 pounds collected. Drug overdose deaths hit a record high between March 2020 to March 2021. CDC data released this month shows more than 96,000 people died, a 29.6% increase compared to 2019 data in that 12 months when the pandemic took hold in the United States. More than 2/3 of all overdose deaths in 2020 were caused by opioids, including prescription pain relievers. So what can you do to get rid of any unwanted medicine in your cabinets? Again, those DEA drug take-back events happen twice a year. But if you can't wait, reach out to your local police department or pharmacy to see if they have a disposable site. To get rid of them yourself, do not flush them in the toilet because it can contaminate the water supply. Instead, take it out of the container, put it in a Ziploc, and mix it with something like coffee grounds, dirt, or cat litter.